Get ready with me while I try out my new setting spray and translucent powder. Starting off with my usual routine, which is putting on my foundation. Usually my makeup routine takes about 20 minutes. However, I did go ahead and sped up this video for the sake of making things go by faster. Also, after putting on my foundation, I went ahead and used a beauty blender to blend in my foundation. And of course, I have to cover the dark circles under my eyes, so I use my all-time favorite Maybelline concealer, which is better than any other concealer I've used from Sephora or Ulta. And to know that the best concealer is at CVS is just crazy, but I've been using it for years and I will never stop using it. And before you guys come for me, I find it way easier to use my ring finger and blend in my concealer underneath my eyes, and then I use an angled brush for my T-zone. Getting to the real reason why I decided to make this video, I just bought the Rare Beauty translucent powder from Sephora, and I'm so excited to see how well it works. And if anyone is interested in any of the products that I'm using today, just to make things easier for you guys, I went ahead and put all of the links in the description below. And if you guys have the same issues as I do with having your setting powder crease underneath your eyes, I found that using a makeup puff really helps get in and ensure that the setting powder stays in place. Then I go in with my bronzer to give me a glowy and defined look. Now, the trick with bronzers is to use as little as possible and blend up towards your cheekbones and then kind of all over. But you really want to start with a little bit of product because you can always add on. But once you have too much, then it becomes a little bit trickier and harder to blend. That being said, I like to start with my cheekbones, my forehead, and then my jawline and neck. Then with a smaller brush, I use the same bronzer, gently bronze, and try to contour my nose. I'm not very good at this. I've never really have been, but this is how I do it. Your bronzer doesn't have to be perfectly blended. I feel like that's where the blush comes in. So using my favorite blush from MAC, I start from my cheeks and then go up to my cheekbones and then just kind of all over my face to blend everything together. Next, I go in with my Huda Beauty highlighter and start from the top of my cheekbone, go all the way up towards my eyebrows. You want to create a C shape starting from the tail of your eyebrow and then down your cheekbone. And of course, I can't forget my nose. You take the slightest amount of highlighter and blend it in the center of your nose, and be careful to not go too high up or too low. Now on to the second item that I purchased from Sephora. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray, and it says that it'll last for 16 hours. I just kind of go crazy on this, spray it all over my face, and then use a beauty blender and gently blend everything in to make sure there aren't any watermarks. Onto my eyes, I like to use my trusted Lancome eyeliner and go in on the waterline on the top of my eyelids. After applying my eyeliner, I'm using my favorite mascara from MAC. I've only used it for 2 or 3 weeks now, and this is the one for me, honestly. And put on about 3 coats. Usually I'm kneeling down on my counter and applying my mascara. I do get a little messy, but applying mascara while standing up and recording is a whole nother story. This is really important. The trick is to wait until your mascara is completely dried, take a Q-tip, and gently rub off the excess product. This time, I guess I was a little too messy and I wasn't able to remove all the product off my eyelids, so I'm using my Tom Ford eyeshadow palette to cover any spots that I missed. I'm going to try to make this really simple and only use 2 colors. Using the sponge that it came with, I'm applying the second lightest shade on the palette, and to give more of a smoky look, I decided to go in with the darkest shade. However, I did not realize how pigmented this eyeshadow is, and now I have to blend in as much as I can and try to clean up my mess. Then using a spoolie, I brush out my eyebrows. I tend to get a lot of product and powder on them, so this helps loosen everything up. And then I use my Urban Decay brow pencil to fill in any gaps, then go back with my spoolie and blend everything in. Lastly, I take my favorite lip liner from NYX, but before starting, I like to brush my teeth and my lips just to get any products off of them as well. I like to outline and slowly overline my lips, then taking my favorite lip mask and applying it all over. This will not only hydrate your lips, but it also gives that glossy look without having to look for a lip gloss that matches your lip liner. And that was it, guys. Overall, I love the translucent powder, and the setting spray is incredible. It makes my skin look hydrated and flawless. I can't believe I just found out about this. And if you enjoyed my video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye!